All right, so this question said both Juan and Maria solved the equation x squared plus 3x minus 7 is equal to 0. Who has the correct solution and why does their choice make sense? So let's look at their solution. All right, in order to check if that is correct, one, let us familiarize ourselves with the quadratic formula, which says x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. And then let's look at the values for a. That's an imaginary 1 there, so a is equal to 1, or b term is a positive 3, and or c term happens to be a negative 7. So when we plug the formulas, both equations have it plugged in correctly. Now we have to reduce. So we have 3 squared, that's 9, minus 28. A negative 4 times 1, that's negative 4 times a negative 7, should give us a positive 28. So the where we notice the error being made is the error is being made right here in this step for Juan's solution, whereas Maria did it correctly. So she added, because a negative times a positive gives a negative result times a negative gives a positive result. So you should end up with 9 plus 28, not 9 minus 28. So the error was actually made on Juan's solution. So how do we explain that? Maria's solution is correct, the correct answer. This makes sense because when the values of a, b, and c are substituted in the quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac, which is the portion of our formula that's under the radical sign or the square root sign, is equal to 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times a negative 7. We ought to remember that a negative times a negative gives a positive result, which is why we end up adding, or we end up with a positive. So that should be 9 plus 28. That's incorrect. Maria has the correct solution. That's why I'm putting green here, because green just means go. So that is what was wrong.